Alright, good morning everybody. It is time to assemble the mean Hello Kitty guitar build. We are ready to go. Paint's been curing for about 8 or 9 days, so it is awesome. Now I get to show you the full awesomeness of this paint. Yeah, it turned out really good. Did all that sanding and all that preparation, and it just looks amazing. Wow. I can get it in the light to see the true awesomeness of it. Yeah, it does look like a powdered coat, but we are good to go. Did the finger test, no reaction, it is cured. So these are the parts I'm going to be installing and the equipment I will use, and I'll probably have more equipment to use, but alright. First step is going to be to install the ground wire for the bridge and then screw in the bridge. Alright, we'll see you in the next step. I'm so excited. It's going to be very cool. I got the pick guard up here just so it doesn't get any kind of issue. So, okay. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, you got the ground wire installed. Next we're going to put on the bridge. Here's the bridge, and we're going to screw it in. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, got the bridge installed successfully. Everything went really smooth. Screws went in and tightened really good without any issues at all. That's always a tricky part, because if one of those screws happen to crack off in there, it's a big old problem. But anyway, okay. So the next step would be to fish through the wires for the active pickup and then put in the pedometer and then wire up the input jack. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, like I mentioned on a previous guitar build, I'm going to use the standard input jack, stereo input jack, and the one that touches the pin on the top will be the hot, the one that touches the pin in the center will be the lead for the 9-volt battery, and the one that goes around the whole center will be the ground. And we're going to wire this up accordingly to the color code, you know, red for hot, white for neutral, and black for the one that goes to the 9-volt battery, and we'll see you in a sec. Alright, get it wired up and ready to install. I'm going to install it through the holes and put the screws in there, and we'll see you in a sec. Alright, input jack's installed and looking good. Turned out pretty good. I had to bend the metal a little bit. Now I'll put in the pedometer and the wire for the active pickup, and then probably install. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, put the active pickup wire through and into the cavity, and we are good to go. Alright, now I'm going to start soldering it together, and it'll look good. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, I soldered the far right tongue to the top to ground, and we are ready to get it all together and install. See you next step. Alright, we're good to go. Everything wired up. Now I'm going to put in the pedometer and then hook up the battery compartment. I got it screwed in already, so that's cool. And then I'll fish the line through, and then I'll install the back on the back there, and I'll see you next step. Alright, got the pedometer switch put in. Looking pretty cool. Looking pretty sweet. Alright, show you. I got put the knob on gently. I'll probably have to expand that so it doesn't go over that too far. I don't want it to go too deep. Alright, we'll see you the next step. Alright, got the knob put on. Looks pretty sweet so far. Alright, now we're going to flip it over. Make sure everything's out of the way. I don't want to scratch any of the finish at all. Alright. Now we'll get this wired up, and it's already wired up. We'll get the 9-volt battery compartment put in and put some screws in it, and we'll see you in a sec. Okay, all the wiring is complete and the back plate cover is put on. Now I'm going to install a couple screws. I already put the scored the one opening, and we'll see you in a sec. Alright, screws are installed and it is looking killer. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you put the knob on, and it looks pretty cool. Make sure nothing attaches to the finish. Okay, so I'm gonna take the EMG active pickup, which I've got an EMG 81 right here in white. I'm gonna hook it up and put a battery in, and we're gonna do a test. Hopefully everything goes good. Fingers crossed, wish me luck. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, we are good to go. Everything is set. We're gonna do the test real quick, make sure that the wiring was successful. All right, so I'm gonna plug it in to the input jack very carefully. All right, turn the volume all the way up and tap on the pickup. All right, turn the volume all the way down. And nothing, we are good to go. Successful wiring job again. One more time, volume all the way up. Alright, we are good. Very simple input. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, take the battery out, and seeing how there's gonna be no actual screws from the pickguard to lower and raise this, I might actually mount some screws here, or I just might do some some really good foam underneath. I've got this foam, and then to where I think it looks all right, and it's real tight in the pick guard, so if I had to move it, I could either go up and down as opposed to taking off the pick guard and screws. But if that doesn't work, I could always take the pick guard off and then install some screws and then have something solid that'll be. But I think I'll put enough padding underneath when it catches. All right, we'll see you next step. Alright, here's my collection of foam that I've acquired from all the EMG pickups that I get. I use the foam that, they come in a box, and I save the foam for specifically this kind of reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 strips, and I'm going to make it so it has center, so the wire can go in the center and everything will be alright. But I'm going to take the strips and shave them down to the appropriate height, which I think will catch the bridge enough to where it'll keep the pickup in place. But yeah, alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, a little bit of a change in plan. I think I might actually use door stripping. It's got sticky on the one side, and then the other side is just foam, and you can form fit it. I cut down some pieces, and I even cut it this thin, and it was still too high in my opinion. So I'm gonna try this foam, and then I can always shave the foam down a little bit more. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Okay, I got the foam pieces in there, and I'm gonna put the pickup and see if the height is okay. Alright, be right back. Okay, I think that turned out pretty good actually. What I might actually do, I actually cut that foam in half. I still might do the screws in both sides just so it's nice and firm. I'm not sure yet. Alright, let me put the pickguard on there and see what happens. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Alright, pickguard. I just placed it, I didn't screw it in or nothing yet. But yeah, I think that's gonna work, because it's real tight in there, and if I have to lower and raise, I can always do that. And if it becomes a problem later on, I will put some screws underneath it and take it all apart. But I think for right now, I think that'll work fine. There's the look. That is awesome. Oh wow, that turned out pretty cool. Alright, now I guess we'll put this aside for a little while, or I can probably screw in the pickguard, because I think the neck pocket is pretty much set. I just have to get the spacing for the bridge here correct. And it's a custom pickguard, so it's not 100% perfect, but I think that should be fine. Let me and then I think that'd be good on the bridge too. Look at it from the top here. This needs to go over just a hair. Yeah, I think I'll screw in the pickguard, and that way I'll be set, and I'll put this back on the hanger and then start working on the neck. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Looking cool. Alright, got a few screws in. It's looking killer. I just wanted to show you how I actually, instead of drilling it out, these bodies are kind of soft, so I just take the pointer tool, and then I make the holes in there, and then I'll put the screws in. Alright, we'll see you in a little second. Alright, body assembly completed. And I am so happy. That is just amazing. Look at that. This is the body of the last piece from the 3 busted up guitars that I bought in Valparaiso. And this is the 5th guitar that I've created from them, and this was the last body. And as you can recall, this body was pretty dinged up, and I see earlier the first 2 videos of the series, and to where it is now, that is awesome. Okay, that is sweet. Alright, so I'm gonna go hang this back up, and I'm gonna go clean up all my mess here, of course, and then I'm gonna go grab the neck, and then we're gonna start working on that. We're gonna install the tuners and all that. I'm gonna have to do the logo last, because after I install the strings and the string trees, then I'll be able to figure out where I'm gonna put the logo. And I did decide to go with the white logo, and I might outline it a little bit with black. So we'll see how that goes, but I think a white logo will stand out more. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like the meanness of this Hello Kitty guitar. And when I did put the neck on before and everything, the neck's so awesome. I think this guitar is going to play amazingly and sound awesome. But alright, let me go hang up this body and grab the neck off and clean up. I'll be right back. Before I go hang this up, I do got one more thing. I do have one more thing to put on. I'm going to put on the strap buttons. And I always use the Shaler locking strap buttons. So let me install these real quick, and then I'll be right back. Alright, talk to you in a minute. Alright, great news. Uneventful strap button installation. Whew, sometimes that could be a hairy experience, but it turned out good this time, so I'm grateful. Alright, let me go hang this up, clean up this mess, and get ready for the neck. Alright, we'll see ya in a couple minutes. Alright, we're ready to work on the neck. I'm going to install the tuning keys, all the screws and everything like that. And these are the parts and equipment I will use. And yes, you did see right. We're going to use some DR neon pink guitar strings. So that should be killer. And they seem like they match pretty well. So I can't wait for that. So, alright, I'm going to install a few tuning keys, and then we'll get that started, and I'll see you in a sec. Alright, got a couple installed. We'll see when I finish all the rest. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright, got all the tuning keys installed, and it is looking completely awesome. Oh wow. This is my favorite part, the assembly. Alright, now for my really favorite part. We get to join the neck to the body for the first time since it's been modified and created. So here we go. Let me get the body, take off the hanger, and then we're gonna join these two together and hopefully everything goes smooth. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, this is my favorite and most stressful part. Connecting the neck to the body for the very first time. Alright. Whew. Okay. Slow, deep breaths. And luckily I was able to take the hanger off without any kind of chipping of the paint, which is always awesome, because you just never know. You never know if that paint is just gonna flick off there somehow. Alright, here we go. Alright, let me connect the neck to the body, and we'll see you in a sec. Alright, successful neck attachment. No issues whatsoever. That's always a good thing. And it is looking good. Let me just show you the back. And I don't have it fully tightened just yet, because I'm going to put both the E strings on, and we're going to get the neck centered and lined up perfectly. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the high E and the low E strings on, and then we're going to get the spacing just right, and then we're going to tighten the neck. So we'll see you after that step. Alright, neck is lined up perfectly. Beautiful. Alright, I'll tighten it back as tight as I can get it safely, and we'll see you next step. Alright, got the strings on. Looks pretty killer. Those neon strings really add that final touch. Okay, now stressful part. I'm going to install the string trees. G and the E and the B, and the G and the D strings. Whew, this is always kind of a stressful thing, because you just never know. Alright, fingers crossed. I'm going to be installing the good ones. And I'm not using the screws that come with it. The screws that usually come with it just snap so easily. Alright, let's fingers crossed, wish me luck. Everything is uneventful. Okay, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, deep breath. Successful string tree installation. No issues. Oh, wow. Whew, that's always stressful for me, that part, because you could nick up your paint real easy and screw can break off. I mean, there's all kinds of things. Alright, well, I'm going to dial this in. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to get the string to tension. I'm going to get the action where it needs to be. I'm going to intonate all that good stuff. See how it looks. And then I'll work on the headstock logo and make sure that it's still, everything, the electronics are still good to go. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright. I got it intonated, dialed in, and playing amazingly. Oh my lord. Yeah, it's really cool. Time to work on the headstock logo, but yeah, it plays and it looks so killer. I mean, that is so awesome. Yeah, it's dialed in, and I put a little black on the EMG pickup to match the eye. That is so cool. Yeah, it turned out really good. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Yeah, and the paint gave it plenty of time to cure. It's definitely cured, so no worries there. As far as the strings go, the strings are cool. As for a set, I mean, it's kind of a novelty thing, you know, the neon pink strings. That does look kind of cool, but silver strings will look just as good. So, and I'm gonna do the white Raglan logo, made in USA, on the headstock, and we'll see you next step. All right, talk to you in a minute. Alright, the Cricut machine is cutting out the logo as we speak for the headstock. And it's almost there. Alright, only thing missing is a big ding! Done. Hit the button. Alright, I'll see you in a sec, see if this is a good size. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, got the logo, and it looks about the right size. And I'll apply it to the headstock, and then I got to make the registered trademark symbol, and then made in the USA. And then I'm actually gonna have a little enhancement, and I'm gonna draw a little, I got a real fine tip black Sharpie permanent marker, oil based, and I'm gonna go around the outside of it, so it's gonna look pretty cool. So alright, fingers crossed, wish me luck. Hopefully the paint is good on the headstock and we don't have any issues that way. Alright, we'll talk to you in a sec. Alright, got the logo transferred to the transfer tape. Now it's time to put on the headstock. Fingers crossed. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, success on the first bit. Looks pretty cool. I did kind of do it like on the Billy Joe Armstrong, and that looks pretty cool. Like I said, I'll take the black marker, and now I'm going to get the registered trademark symbol, and then I'm not sure if I'll do made in the USA or not. I'm not sure. It might be fine just the way it is, just with the trademark symbol. Less chance. I don't know, I'll think about it. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, made the next section. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the made in the USA or not, but definitely the R. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, we got successful cutting of the logo. Now I'm going to get the real fine tip marker, and I'm going to trace black around the outside of the white. Fingers crossed it doesn't run or bleed or anything. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, we are good to go. The mean Hello Kitty guitar is finished. Yeah, the headstock logo turned out really cool. With the black accents, it looks spot on. So, there we go. Alright, next thing to do is to do a full photo shoot. But there we go. Awesome. Alright, I'll see you in a little bit.